What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie, and today I've been caught. I have a confession to make. I destroy my pens. I willfully and willingly and publicly destroy all of my fountain pens. And then I publicly flaunt that I destroy my fountain pens, and I publicly flaunt that I have just millions and millions of dollars to buy new fountain pens whenever I wish, whenever I want, and I do not take them seriously. According to one person anyways. So, I mean, yeah, I kind of do, but I don't. I've never destroyed a fountain pen to the point where it's like not usable. Let me flip the camera around and show you what I mean. Okay, so that was kind of a dramatic opening sequence there. But I did get a comment on a really old video that like through like a YouTube direct message that was just a seething comment, but I actually liked it quite a bit because it really gave me a good idea for a video. So I appreciate that. And that is how I destroy my pens and then flaunt that I can buy new ones. First of all, I like I said in the open, I've never actually destroyed a pen to the point where it's not functional, but I have semi-damaged some fountain pens. And I did it on purpose. That is facts. Like this pen, for example, this Platinum Preppy. You can see here it is super, super stained, and it has some gold shimmer, if my camera will focus, which it really does not want to. There we go. And it has some gold shimmer stuck in the feed. Could I get that out by taking the feed out? Yeah, I could, but it doesn't really affect it, so I don't really care. But yeah, super, super, super stained. The rest of the body is too. It's just kind of hard to tell. And I also have some shimmer stuck in this feed as well. But again, it doesn't affect any of the performance of any of these pens. In this Platinum here, or they're, I guess, almost all Platinums. The pen itself is fine. I have a little bit of staining in the feed, but it's mostly the cartridge that is stained. And same thing with this Preppy here. I've got some staining in and around the feed, as well as the cartridge for sure. This had Noodler's Bay State Blue in it. This was Platinum Carbon Black. These were obviously a bunch of different red inks, some with shimmer, some not. And when I was talking about how to use inks like Bay State Blue, to not be afraid to use inks that stain, because you can dedicate a less expensive pen to something like this. And I used the word cheap, and I guess I shouldn't have used the word cheap, because I suppose that's a bad connotation. A less expensive pen. This Platinum Preppy, I don't remember how much it was exactly, but currently the Platinum Preppies are under $10 each. I think you can get even like fancy ones for around that price. So you can use inks and things like that you wouldn't put into, you know, a multi-$100 pen. And same thing with this Pilot Parallel. I mean, I've had this thing for, oh my gosh, like 5 or 6 years now. And again, could I remove the feed? Sure, but it doesn't affect the functionality of the pen. I'm sure there's some shimmer in here somewhere too, but it's totally fine. It still works. No big deal. And I said in the video that I chose to do it because I don't quote unquote care about these pens, and I can buy replacements anytime I want if I decide that I don't want to have the, you know, quote unquote damage done to them anymore. And I stand by that point. I mean, they aren't expensive pens, and that's the whole point, is that I don't want to put something like Bay State Blue into like, something like a Visconti Homo sapiens Arizona Sunset. That is a very expensive pen that you cannot take apart as easily, that you will see all of the staining, but into something like a Platinum Preppy, I'm just gonna say it again, I don't care that it's stained and looks like garbage. This Jinhao Shark pen here actually looks perfect. You would never know that I have put, heavily pigmented inks into. I've put permanent inks into it. You would never even know. And I'm sure there's some gunk maybe in behind the hooded nib there, but honestly, it's perfect. It really, really is. And, the comment that I, flaunt about how I can buy replacements anytime I want, again, first of all, I mean, I hit the camera. I haven't bought replacements to these. I still very much use them. But again, I'm not going to be able to buy a replacement to this fountain pen anytime I want to put, a crazy ink in there with, crazy properties. But I really believe that these are where the Preppies shine. This is what the Platinum Preppy is made for, in my opinion. It is made to stain the wazoo out of it. I believe the one that stained this the worst was J.Herbin. Oh goodness, the red one, the red one with shimmer. I cannot recall what it is right now, but I will write it along the stage here. But it doesn't actually affect the practicality of the pen. It is still 100% usable. It just doesn't look pretty anymore. And I think that these are where these pens shine, because then you can use those crazy inks that you're scared otherwise to use. And you don't have to worry that a cartridge is super, super stained. Even though I've washed this out with Pen Flush, might I add, it's still super stained. And that is because I'm not willing to do a bleach mixture to clean this out of Bay State Blue. I'm just not. That's what this pen is designed for. And even though I've cleaned it out completely, it is obviously stained, and I can put in a different ink if I want to. I just haven't. I basically designate it my Bay State Blue pen. But that way you don't have to stay away and shy away from these inks that are really, really cool, that are such a unique experience to use, and you can destroy your pens to your heart's content, but they're still completely usable. So I know that this is kind of like an oddball video, the one that I don't typically do responding to comments, but I thought this would be a really quick, unique video to upload for you guys, because I'm curious. This whole video is really set up for me to ask you a question, and that is, what pens have you destroyed before in order to use like a fancy ink? Have you ever completely destroyed a pen to the point where it's unusable, or are you like me where you've quote unquote destroyed pens for inky sake, but not really, because they're still completely usable? They're just super stained, or have some shimmer stuck into it. Anyway, random video. I just am super curious, and I want to know what you guys do, just for funsies. To the person who left me that comment, I hope this assuages some of your anger that is misplaced, to the point where I have not actually damaged any pens. I assure you that sometimes I just like hyperboles. Okay, guys, I appreciate you so much for watching. Check the link if you want to check out my description for my Patreon if you'd like to help support me and what I do here. Hit that like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe if you want to see more every Monday and Friday, and the occasional random Tuesday. But as always, thank you guys for watching, especially for watching a really random one like this. All right, bye.